Okay, guys, we are back today. Now we're talking about. I think this is the second video I'm making today on this channel. We'll be talking about things to avoid in your blogging journey. Like you are a blogger, what you should avoid and you shouldn't do. Like this is talking about me and you. This is me giving you advice, and I will be following this also. Definitely, trust me. First, people will be like, you are a blogger, you sit down at home, work, and make money. A monkey can do your job, anybody can do it. Yes, everybody can do it. Yes, but not everybody will be successful in that. Not everybody will write what everyone wanna read. Not everybody will write what the search engines is going to rank for you. Yes, because what you should take blogging as a business, as a journey, as a serious business, not as something you can just do sometimes. Bloggers fail because they don't realize that blogging is a business. Yes, that it requires effort, time, and attention. Some bloggers fail because they don't research their audience, they don't tailor their content accordingly. Yeah, you should write accordingly. They blog inconsistently. They do it sometimes, they don't do it sometimes. They don't use SEO best practice. They don't do the search engine optimization best practice, or they don't promote their content. Yes, because yes, that's it. Anyone can start blogging, but many will never give blogging the attention it needs to be a successful part of a business. A hobby blogging is one thing, but when you want to grow a business or monetize your blog, there are several things you need to focus on. Namely, you need to identify the goal of the blog, know your target audience and what moves them, build a blog site that is easy to navigate, and choose a writing style that will resonate with your audience. That's it. Fear that you are missing some of these elements, it is okay. You may be missing it, but we are here to help and your blog become a success. Yes, that's what we are here for. Just subscribe and we are doing it. Let's solve into some common mistake that you should never do and you should avoid it. Yes, you should avoid it. Most of a blog's traffic is driven organically. In other words, consumer will search for something on a search engine and click on your blog if it's matched their interest. However, there are a lot of organizations competing for your audience, so it is important to avoid this mistake to stand out. Here are the common blog post mistake and the solution. You get my point. Number one mistake, you think of ideas that only interest you. Why? Why this? Okay, I'm sorry. First, you thinking of ideas that only interest you. You get my point. So the thing is, you should create blog posts that serve your larger company goals. As much as you might read and read your blog post after you publish them, you are not the only reader or the intended reader. When you start blogging, ideas will come to you at random times in the shower or in a run while on the phone with the mom, while the ideas may come at a random moment. The ideas themselves should never be random. You should never just write on random things. Just because it is a good idea in general or something that interests you personally doesn't mean it is a good idea for your company. Doesn't mean it is a good idea for your blog. So the best thing to do is align your blog post with company growth goals. The post that is going to bring growth to your blog, the post that is going to bring growth to your company, because your blog is your company. The reason you're blogging is to solve problems for your audience and ultimately to grow your business. So all of your blog post ideas should help serve those growth goals. You should be good growth. Got my point? They should have natural they should have natural tie-ins to issues in your audience and address specific questions and concern your prospect have. You get my point? The questions and concern your prospect may have, your blog post should address them. Need help figuring out what those goals are, how to address them. You get my point? You should have a You should have a way you figure out the concise question your audience want to know about, and you write about it. So it shouldn't be about random things. You should not doesn't you shouldn't write just about what you want or what you intend to read. It should be about what people want to read, not what you want to read. That's it. Number two is you forgot about your personal. Yes, is it. You forgot about your personal. you, because you don't even identify what resonates with your audience. You don't know what they want to read. You don't know what get. If you want your blog content to perform well, generate traffic, leads, and sale, it must resonate with your audience and compel them to take action. One of the biggest mistakes is assuming that your content will perform if you haven't actually considered your audience or the action you want them to take. You don't know. You don't take the decision. Maybe you want them to click on ads, maybe you want them to generate leads to you, maybe you want them to generate sales to you. Your persona is the basic for everything you create. Writing for yourself won't always resonate with your internal audience. If you instead speak to your personal pain, challenge, and goals, and they feel like you're speaking to them, they are more likely to stay on the page and convert on your offer. This was said by Christiana Pericon, Senior Manager, Content Marketing at HubSpot. Yes, writing about your personal is not the best thing. You get my point? So the solution is understanding your personal pains and solve them. Point and solve them. Yes. By divining your buyer persona and the things that matters today, you can bridge the gap with your content. If you are not consciously thinking about your personal pain and you are just creating content for content's sake, which is a waste of resource. You can't just be creating content. You should think about what people want to know, what is the pain and what is the solution. That's it. Number three is your writing is too stiff. Good. Your writing is too stiff. Like you should write like you talk. Writing a blog post is much different than writing a term paper. Yes, but when bloggers start, they usually only have experience with the latter. The problem, the style of the writing from a term of paper is not the style of writing people enjoy reading. Let's be honest, most of the people will see your post aren't going to read the whole thing. If you want to keep them interested, you have to compel them to read, like to keep reading by writing in a style that's effortless to read. Effortless to read. They enjoy reading it. Write blog that feel personable. Write blogs that feel like they are listening to someone. You get my point? It is okay to be more conversational in your writing. In fact, we encourage it. Yes. The more approachable your writing is, the more people will be able to enjoy it. People want to feel like they are doing business with real people, not robots. This is where the problem comes in. You shouldn't be using AI generated article and you think people are going to enjoy it. You should write in a way people will be able to relate. Like the vibe will comes like a real human, not like robotic writing. So loosen up your writing, throw in contractions, get rid of jargons, make a pun or two. Get my point. That's how real people talk, and that's what real people like to read. That's how real people talk, and that's how real people want to read. Number four, I'm loving this. Also, as I'm reading it to you, I'm loving it. I swear. You think number four is you think people care about you. You don't know. Nobody give a fuck about you. Care about you. You think people care about you? No, nobody care. They don't give a fuck. So you should show your person. You should show your personality. You don't need to tell it. It sounds harsh, but it is the truth. When people first start our blogging, they think it is the audience that will interested in the story and the interest. Nobody, but that's not the case. It's not knock against them as a person. It's just that when you are new, no one is interested in you and your experience. People care way more about what you can teach them. Yes, what you can infuse your personality without eclipsing the topic. Get my point? Even though people don't really care what is you that is writing the post, you can infuse part of your personality in your writing to make them feel more comfortable with you. How you do it, that is entirely up to you. Some people like to crack jokes, some like to make pop culture reference, and others have it with vivid description. Yes, you can, just make your personality, to infuse your personality into your own writing by looking for ways to relate to your readers on the topic you're writing about. Then write in the first person as you are hanging out with them and chatting about it. Yes, make your tone personal, approachable, engaging, just like you would in face-to-face conversation. Just make it let it be real. Let it be real. Number five is you digress. You get my point. This is one of the things people do a lot. You don't just jump from one point to another. You should make your point again and again. Let people understand what you're talking about. Although you are encouraged to let your own personality shine through your writing, don't abuse the privilege. You get my point? It is one thing to be yourself in the topic you are covering, but it is another thing to bring up too many personal experience, which bury the point you are trying to make. Don't disgrace into these personal things and analogies too much. Your readers can't sit aren't sitting in front of you, which means you can't guarantee that you have their undivided attention. They can and will bounce from your articles if they lose patience. Yes. Repeatedly assert your argument. To prevent your writing from losing its audience, restate your point in every section of the article. The best blog post commit to an overarching message and they deliver it gradually, expressing it multiple times in small way from beginning to end. If you are writing about how much water a potted plant needs, for example, don't need to paragraph telling the story of how you came home to a dead fire after returning from a 2 week vacation. The story offers real evidence of your point, but what is your point? Certain plants can go without water for more than 14 days. That's one possible point, and it should be stated up front. Yes, that is, you should state your point. Number six, your topics are too broad. Like, what do you think you're doing? Your topic are too broad. Like start with a very specific working title. You get, when people start blogging, they generally want to write on big topic like how to do social marketing, business best practice, how to make money on the internet. Like those are broad topic. Topics like this are too far away broad. You get my point, because there are many things announced in this topic. It is really hard to do a job answering them because more specific topics tend to attract smaller, more targeted audience, which tend to be higher quality and more likely to convert into leads and consumers. You get my point? So to get the most short-term and long-term benefit of blogging, you need to get away more specific. Begin with a clear, concise ideas. Like nearly really specific blog topics is crucial to knocking your first free point of the park. Like let us keep you, let us help you. Like you get my point. Following our channel, you will know about how to get a lot of traffic, how to make topics that are very specific and all that. Keep it in mind that a working title isn't final. It's just a constraint angle you can use to keep your writing on track. Once you nail this stage of the ideation process, it is more easier to write your blog post. Yes. Number 7 of the mistake people make. You don't tie a specific topic into your readers brainstorm. Like this is a very good spot. Like specific posts should still tie into the bigger picture. Yes, this is it. You should make the topic specific, but let it be targeting the bigger pictures. You already know how important this to resonate with your buyer persona and understand their pain point. However, there's a reason why they are experiencing pain point, and that was it driving them to get it stuff solved. There's a reason of that experience. Solution. They understand the challenges and consequences they're facing. You should be asking yourself what is at stake. What do they gain by taking action? If they don't take action, what will happen? That's things you should think about. All of these things can manifest in the content that you write for a blog post. Doing so will signal to your reader that you understand what they're going through and you want to help. Yes. For instance, let's say you are tackling a post like first versus third party APIs, while the topic is dry, that allow for little creativity. The big picture's value is huge to help your readers decide whether they need to shell over the big bucks for an in-house AP or whether they can save money. Like you should let them know you understand their pain and you want to help them. So number 8 is your writing is a brain drop. Astaghfirullah. Your writing is a brain dump. Like use a specific post type, create an outline, and use headers. Sometimes when we get great ideas, we are excited about it. It's only tempting to just sit down and let it flow out of someone. You get, but what we get is usually a superb blog post. Why? This theme of consciousness style of writing isn't really a good style for a blog post. Most people are going to scan your blog post, not read them. So it needs to be organized really well for what to happen. Make headers, make titles, make lineups, outlines, list, and all that. Structure your blog with this template, outline a section header. This is what I'm talking about. The first thing you should do is choose what type of blog post you are writing. Is it a how to post, a list-based post, a curated collection post, a slideshare presentation? You get my point. All this is going to determine how you write your post. Writing an outline make a big difference. If you put in the time up front to organize your thoughts and create logical flows in your post, the rest becomes easy. You are basically just filling in the blanks. Using headers is also critical for the reader experience. That's my point. That you make keywords, you make everything easy. So number 9 is you relying to make it easy. Let's keep let's keep it fast. We're running out of time. Okay, this you should give your audience something to walk away with, not just writing. Let them gain from your blog post. Let them gain an experience. Let them give an information. One of the first things you will do in your blog research is to look how other publications are writing about topic. If you notice, almost all of the results on the first page are writing about conceptuals, value adders. How can your blog stick out? You can include concrete actionable steps for your readers to achieve success. Like include actionable sources to your readers to follow. Let them follow something. One of the biggest things of content creation is that it should be useful, and that means your audience should walk away with something good. It might come in the form of how to, as you recommend, they implement a particular strategy, or it might simply be a suggestion for a tool or tactics to make the process easier. It is something you can do. Like number 10. You don't use data as evidence. Yes, you don't use data as evidence. This is one simple thing. Like use data and research to back up the claims you make in your post. Let's say we're writing a blog post about why business should consider using Instagram for marketing or Twitter for marketing. When we're making that argument, which is more convincing? Like it seems like more people are using Instagram nowadays. Or we should say Instagram user base is going far faster than social network using in general. In the US, Instagram will go 15.1% this year compared to just 0.1% growth for the social network sector as a whole. The second of course, argument and claim are more compelling when rooted in data and research. My point. As a marketer, we don't just have to convince people to be on our side about an issue. We need to convince them and take action. Data-driven content catches people attention in a way that fluffy argument do not. Like you don't just make argument like join Instagram marketing, join Twitter marketing. Tell them reason, tell them why, give them the data, give them the evidence. Use data to support your argument. It is a good story. You will offer a main argument, establish proof, and then end with a takeaway for the audience. You can use data in blog posts to introduce your main argument and show why it is relevant to your reader, or as a proof of it throughout the body of the post. You can find data from Research Center, Marketing Shopper, also State of Inbound report. Like, get my point. Like, that's it. There's a 10 thing. One of the things you should take away like really number 11 is you are not adding enough content. Use example to back up why they are saying it is important and you are it. Like you are going to add data. These things you should avoid it in your blogging journey. Like thinking of ideas that only interest you, think about what other would need. You forget about your personal, your writing. Okay, I make a mistake here. Your writing is too stiff. Write about what people care about. Get my point? The people don't care about you. They don't care about your personality. You can influence your personality, but don't let it disgrace. Don't let it make you disgrace from the point. And you just be talking about your personality alone and not what people want to read. Your topic are too broad. Write about something specific. Right? Let them know you understand their pain and you want to help them. You don't tie a specific topic into your readers, brother, struggle. Yes, you can write about something specific, but let them know you know where they are coming from. Your writing is a blend up. You get? You're relying on a vague concept instead of concrete information. Make concrete information, and the last, use data as you don't use data as evidence. That's the mistake. But the solution is you should use data as evidence to claim, to back up your claim and to back up your blog post. With this, to go wait, thank you for reading. Thank you for reading with me, and I just read things that is important to you, like I'm teaching you, and we make it through with our blogging journey. Let's come together and make it. Thank you.